guys, it's Byzantine. I hope you can hear me well. Today's a different angle. I changed the outfit as well. And I thought that today's video is gonna be a little bit long, so grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea. It's Sunday, it's sunny. The weather in London really um, makes us feel nice and more hopeful about the situation that is very serious. There are more and more people infected in here. And before I start the topic, which is my Project Runway experience, I just want to tell you that we're fine here in our household. And well, a couple days ago, my parents persuaded me to buy a ticket to Poland. And I don't know how it's gonna be my work situation. How's our landlord gonna solve the situation of us not having work right now? Well, actually, we have work, but we don't go to work. One of my housemates is about to go to work tomorrow. Hopefully, she won't have to because it's kind of risky. And so I bought the ticket a couple days ago to go to Poland, but I'm kind of torn. I still have plenty of time to go, but I would love to stay here, like in London. Like I would like to have my future in this city. But on the other hand, if I'm gonna sit like 2 months in here, I can as well go there, go through 2 weeks quarantine in Poland, and then stay there for a while with my family. We'll see. I hope all of us are gonna be in a good health during this time. So let's move to the topic. I was asked by Melly in the comments in a previous video because I mentioned a little bit my fashion background. So I'm a fashion designer, and you can see some of my designs in my Insta stories on my Instagram. Some of the outfits are mine. I am doing a lot of fashion styling on myself on Instagram, but I thought that this topic would be nice to listen when you're sitting at home, hopefully. And please stay at home, stay safe, and don't leave the house if it's possible. It is very important to stay at home and isolated right now. Sorry. So I wanted to talk to you about my Project Runway experience. Well, in 2013, I was still studying. I was like starting my last year of my like bachelor degree uni, and I took part in this competition held in the city where I was studying in Poznań in Poland called Hard Fashion. And afterwards, I was kind of on a roll because I spent quite a lot of time at my parents' house designing, sewing. My good friend Eva Bednarska, she's also a designer. Eva, if you're watching, hi. She convinced me and sent me a link, said, hey, there's gonna be the first edition of Project Runway in Poland, so why don't you try participating in? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, I'm not gonna get in, but yeah, I can send my application. And it turned out that so there are a few stages. First stage was the online application. Then they invited me to casting in Warsaw, where I had to bring all of my designs that I wanted to show, kind of like my live portfolio and some of my works in the pictures. And but there in Warsaw there were also two stages. One stage was like a task, which was hand sewing task. We were given a piece of fabric and we were told, well, my task was a design the swing skirt of the 60s or something like this. I don't remember exactly. um, for us, and you have 20 minutes or something. And then, if I passed this task, I was asked to talk to the producer and the director of the program. So I passed one task, I passed another task. Of course, there are plenty of forms to fill in. Some of the questions were so stupid, and I was like, about to risk it all, and I was giving such a weird questions. I was laughing all the time. In the hallway, I had a company of two of my lovely cousins, Dominika and Ola. And if you're watching, hi. Thank you for being there with me. And afterwards, you were not given any answer. You were supposed to wait for the call. And let me tell you something. I was a weird person at that time. I'm still weird, but I was dressing very, how would I say it, eccentric back then. Yeah, I was in a uni. I was a fashion student. I was all about, yeah, let's show off. I'm totally different. I'm past this phase right now. I am very basic kind of person, but back then I weighed a lot, so I was covering myself with plenty of capes, and I was so weird, really. Like, I was totally a different person, not tempered by the world yet. Even though, of course, throughout all my life I've been bullied, but that's another story. Uh, yeah, so I was like, I give you the answer, the example of the answer that I gave in the application. Like, there was a question, what's your favorite fashion show on TV? And I said The Bold and the Beautiful, because it's a very important show about the fashion. This is kind of like weird, stupid answer that I gave them. So after about a week, I was given a call that I got into the show, and the TV crew, they want to go and shoot some material at my house, and my parents, where I was living, do some interviews, do some intro, the ones that usually is shown at the beginning of the program, where they introduce all of the competitors. So we did that. It was fall season, beautiful fall season. Of course, everything was arranged. Of course, nothing was natural there. And yeah, so the crew came and they said, "Oh my gosh, your parents have such a cool place. So let's make a party there if you win." Like, they were very cool. So I remember, they came in October, and I think that the 2nd of November, or 2nd or 3rd of November 2013, we started shooting Project Runway. So we were asked to come to Warsaw, to the capital city of Poland, and we were living in Żoliborz, which is a beautiful part of Warsaw that I actually lived in later, when I moved to Warsaw after a few years. And yeah, the show started, and we didn't know what to expect, but right away the whole, like, all my how do I call them, friends, colleagues, like, with many of them I am friends thus far. And I keep in touch with many of them, like Dorota from Project Runway is like my bestie up until now, and we were very close since the very beginning, and all of the people, all of the competitors were very, very nice. Um, well, and the show was weird because we were given so many tasks. You cannot see it anywhere online, unfortunately, right now. I will try to put some of the pictures here and there, but I don't have all the pictures yet. And the thing is that we were given many tasks, and the thing is that I don't know if we were the ideal crew, like crew, you call it crew, team to participate because they thought they were giving us like this hard task. Because so okay, some of the tasks were hard, but we were like, okay, do this, and we were like, okay, we were not protesting. We were like, yeah, there's a task to do, we're gonna do this, and this is not how the reality shows work. Like, and let me tell you something, the show wasn't about the talent per se. They wanted a show. Plus, the producer changed. The producer that accepted us for the show, she had to resign because she had like eye problems. And we were given different producers, and from what we heard, there were many fights between the producers and the company that were producing the program, which is Fremantle Media, and the channel that bought the license, which is TVN in Polish. So they wanted different things. They wanted more drama. We were not providing. And the show was hosted by Anya Rubik, that many of you may like, and I really liked her. She is a really nice person. She's very honest. She's very honest to the point of being quite harsh. She's very honest, but I really appreciate that. Like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Like, we were many times, we met many Polish designers. I got to the top 9, and then I dropped off when I was about to design the outfits. It was like a 2 people team kind of task when we were about to design outfits for 2 of the journalists from the TVN, Dorota Wellman and Marcin Prokop, and I was working in a team with Natalia Ślizowska. The atmosphere was dense at some point because some of the competitors were not polite, let me say that. I don't want to make anything worse because many people changed throughout the time. Some people, I don't know if they kind of feel like we know each other, you know what I mean? Like, can you read between the words? And some of the competitors got tempered. They're not so bossy, so conceited, so rude anymore. Like, if you know the edition, you know who I'm talking about. But we were very friendly with all of us. We were very friendly, and many people, there's a misconception that we were paid during this time. No, we were not paid. And what I would tell you is that I was during my studies, so I put my studies on hold, and I was risking nothing going there. But some people had to close their company for like a month of shooting. So I was basically there over a month. So I was in top 9, and I was actually top 6. Sorry, top 6, and I was in over a month there. So there were like 2 episodes shot during 1 week, and on Fridays we had a day off. And during this day off, it was such a weird time, but it was such a nice time to remember. We had a nice place to live. There was this orkan, like this wind orkan hurricane happening right now. It was winter. And sorry, I'm talking hectic because I don't know what to tell you. Ask me in the comments below if you have any additional questions. And what I wanted to tell you is that some people closed their companies for a month, and I don't know if it paid off because in the end it wasn't the most popular show, and I know the license is still on. There was the second edition, but it flopped even worse. Probably there was too much pressure on the drama, not on the quality and tasks put. I don't know if it's in English, but yeah, like it was a great time for me. I met great people, but like right away you could feel that it's not about the talent, it's about the drama. In the end, it's TV. And if it comes to design, some people tell me, oh, I liked your designs. I hated all of my designs there except one, that if I'll find the picture, I'll post it in here, except one when we had to design for the company called Simple Creative Products. And it was a Polish brand. I don't think it's still on the market. I think it broke, like it it I don't know. I don't want to tell you, but I think that the brand is not on the market anymore. And I like this outfit. It was quite simple. The colors were nice. We were finally given fabrics because during the shooting, like, we had three tasks when we were not given like the meters of fabric. We had to do things out of nothing, out of like outfits out of umbrellas, under pressure, under so many different circumstances. And yeah, the most important thing that I got after the mm, the film was, after filming, was the friends. Like, I for a very long time I tried to keep in touch with many of them. It didn't work out for a longer period of time. I'm pretty sure that not all of them wanted to keep in touch. But like, I've got my bestie Dorota. Try to keep in touch with Arleta, that lived also very close by to Poznań, where I lived. And yeah, this is the most important thing that was given to me in this show. We were not given money, we were not offered anything afterwards. Probably the finalists were given the most of the benefits, like they were curated by the TV channel, they were given some fashion shows, they were introduced to the certain people so their career could bloom. We were not. I was kind of like introduced as a freak there, because in the show there wasn't that everybody had a name, but kind of characteristic. Okay, this is the funny one, this is the weird one, this is the pretty one, this is the rude one, this is the one from London or something. So it's not that the name was important, but the characters they made us were important, and as we were remembered. Okay, I hope that's enough for you, interesting things enough for you. And if you have any questions, ask me in the comments below. The video is 20 minutes. I know it's very long, but I hope you have enough time to watch it, and let me know in the comments below if you have any experience with TV. And yeah, see you next time. I think tomorrow I'm gonna make another video for you. Kisses, mwah.